You're listening to the AstroMommy Daily Horoscope, a forecast that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. Whether you're a first-time listener or a long-time subscriber, thanks for being here. I truly appreciate you being in the AstroMommy community. I hope you enjoyed today's horoscope and card reading. If you would like to support the AstroMommy newsletter, there are several ways to do so. Subscribe on Substack, share it with a friend, schedule a reading, check out my family's Etsy shop, Metaphysical Flamingo, or just leave a tip. Without further ado, here is the Daily Horoscope. New Moon in Aries, and happy one-year anniversary, AstroMommy. Daily Horoscope for Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. Good morning, friends. Today is a special day. One astrological year ago today, I published my very first horoscope. It was actually a YouTube video where I explained an update on the Pattern app, and then at the end of the video, at timestamp 2:51, I gave a horoscope for the new moon in Aries. Here is a link to that post and video. I remember feeling very nervous posting this. I thought, what are people going to think? What are they going to say? Will this resonate with people? And here we are, one astrological year later, approximately 240 daily horoscopes, 138 podcasts, 190 YouTube videos, and 117 YouTube shorts. So I am very happy to wish the AstroMommy newsletter a happy one-year anniversary. I'm so glad that I started writing a daily horoscope. I started with the intention to practice my skills as a student of astrology, and I have grown and learned so much through the process. My posts have also changed over the course of the year. At first, they were really clunky, like this one, with no picture, Sunday, April 24th, 2022. Then I got a bit more into it and started including the music that comes to me when studying a transit. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Moon in Leo, square Uranus and opposite Saturn, the Sun and Venus in square Pluto. And finally, they are what they are now, with pictures and a daily tarot card reading. Falling in love with the vampire, Moon forms grand trine with the Sun and Neptune, then opposes Pluto. If you've been with me from the beginning, then you've seen the metamorphosis take place as I've tried to figure out my style, format, and my voice. Not only have I been trying to figure all of that out, but I've also been in school almost the whole time, expanding my astrological knowledge beyond modern astrology and into Hellenistic and Renaissance astrology, as well as studying horary and mundane astrology. It has been a really busy year for my brain. And if you're really new here, I also have 5 kids whom I homeschool. Yeah, life is busy. It's hard for me to toot my own horn, but it seems rather perfect to do it on the Aries new moon, so toot! When I realized that this was the anniversary date for my first horoscope, I was elated because it just seemed so perfect. The first post that I ever wrote on Substack, When the Lightning Strikes, was really the start of this newsletter on February 7th, 2022, but it wasn't the first horoscope. The astrology surrounding the lightning post was, however, super epic, and maybe one of these days I will share the event chart for that very first time I hit publish, and how it relates to my natal chart and my goals for this newsletter, but that's a post for another day. Now it's time to get into the astrology. Last night, while we were sleeping, the moon conjoined Neptune, Mercury made a quincunx to the south node, and Jupiter perfected a semi-square to Saturn. So while we were asleep, the planet of expansion and the planet of restriction had a little meeting, and the scribe was there taking notes, even though he didn't want to be. While this was happening, the goddess Selene was taking a bath and couldn't care less about what the High Council was discussing. Today, though, she has something to say. The moon in Pisces will form a square to Mars in Gemini at 8:54 a.m. Eastern Time, and this is like the moon waking up from her dreamy time with Neptune and shouting about whatever is on her mind. She can't believe what is happening, and she is pissed about it. The moon in the final degrees of Pisces is a force to be reckoned with. Like a tidal wave emerging from the depths of the emotion ocean, she has the aggression and power of Mars boiling her otherwise tepid waters. By 11:57 a.m. Eastern Time, the moon in Pisces forms a sextile to Pluto in Capricorn, and it is all too easy for the deep emotions to come pouring out. Whatever rage or stress the moon's square Mars released, the moon's sextile Pluto will cool with a good cry. It's like after the water boils and you turn off the stove, the water is still hot and steaming, but no longer roiling and scorching. This could also be related to what we talked about over the weekend with Mercury's sextile to Pluto. If you missed that post, you can catch up here. At 12:01 p.m. Eastern Time, the moon makes her ingress into the cardinal fire sign of Aries, conjoining the sun an hour or so later at 1:22 p.m. for the new moon. There is some peace in the darkness of the new moon, but with Aries, it is like the calm before the cannon goes off starting the battle. This new moon is the last new moon before the eclipse cycle, which starts with a second new moon in Aries at the last degree on April 19th, 2023. So this new moon is about preparation. You can see in the new moon chart below that the moon, sun, Mercury, Chiron, and Jupiter are all lined up in Aries in the 10th house of the chart, ready to be seen, to be heard, and to heed the war cry. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is a fierce warrior, ready to fight and spill blood. Mars is also located in the 12th house of hidden enemies, square to the midheaven of this chart, indicating that something is boiling deep within, behind the scenes. On a positive note, this chart indicates some good things as well. We all need to hear some good things too. Venus in Taurus has just conjoined the North Node, strengthening her power, and she is co-present with Uranus in the house of friends, allies, and the fulfillment of wishes. She is also sextile to the ascendant and the part of fortune in Cancer, symbolizing good health and prosperity with whatever house Cancer rules in your natal chart. I feel that this combination is a good omen. So on this new moon, there is tension on the world stage, but there is still time to use the prosperity from Venus and the part of fortune to fulfill a wish or a desire. At 2:11 p.m. Eastern Time, the moon in Aries forms a semi-square to Uranus in Taurus, and this could symbolize something unexpected popping up that is frustrating and tests your patience. Again, the heat from the square to Mars earlier could start to boil again, but it's up to us to decide how to use this fuel in a constructive way. There may be some shocks or earthquakes yet to come in this lunation cycle. Then the moon makes a quincunx to the south node and conjoins Mercury at 9:33 p.m. Eastern Time. Now the moon knows all there is to know. Mercury is the moon's buddy, and he always tells her what's up. He's a bit of a hothead in Aries, and so he's riled up too, but together they can figure out the next move. It may be hard not to act on impulse, but Venus in Taurus is trying to help ground us and remind us to stay true to our values and remain steady. So much change is on the horizon. Plant your feet and brace yourself. Let's move on to the card for the day. What is the guidance for today? 2, Corn Maiden, reversed. The Corn Maiden in the Native American tarot equates to the High Priestess in the traditional tarot, and is all about trusting our intuition and tuning into that sacred reservoir of knowledge and wisdom that comes from the subconscious mind. The Corn Maiden is akin to the goddess Isis, veiled, and is represented by a masked kachina grinding corn. The instruction booklet for this card reads, quote, maize, or corn, is one of the precious gifts, considered the staff of life. Perfect ears were saved for sacred ceremonies. Maize was grown by Native Americans all over North America, from the fertile mountains and woodlands of the east to the deserts of the southwest. It is a member of the grass family, Zea mays rugosa, and grows almost anywhere with care, unquote. I feel that as the guidance for the day, this card coming up reversed is asking us to trust our intuition and to grow our precious gifts. Where are we not listening to our inner guidance and planting the corn that will sustain us and grow anywhere we plant it? I would love to know what you feel this card means for the day. Please leave a comment. I hope this is helpful. Until tomorrow, AstroMommy.
Thank you for reading or listening to the Daily Horoscope. Quick links and resources can be found at the bottom of the newsletter. Today's card was pulled from the Native American Tarot deck by Magda Weck Gonzalez, available on Amazon. If you seek knowledge and enlightenment, the AstroMommy newsletter may be right for you. Side effects of reading or listening to the AstroMommy newsletter are common and include joy, jubilation, delight, happiness, gratitude, love, triumph, feeling in tune with the universe, experiencing deep insights, reflections, and contemplations, a lightened soul, a lighter step, feeling awake when others are asleep, illuminated, enlightened, having spiritual experiences, noticing repeating numbers, animals in nature, or songs on the radio that speak to you, getting vibes, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsmelliance, feeling like you know secret language, biophilia, crying tears of joy, emotional literacy, feeling lively, stable, exalted, having an auric glow, or feeling like you woke up on the right side of the bed have all been reported. If you purchase anything through the affiliate links that I provide in the newsletters, I will make a very small commission. Thanks for listening.